Hey, Collab Coach here yet again to share some wise words and wisdom for the week. So, the struggle of loving yourself. We're on week 3 of the Love series, and I wanted to take some time to actually talk about the little downsides of all this self care that people talk about, all this promotion of self care and self love, and you should take some time to yourself. That's all beautiful. That's such a beautiful feeling. But at the same time, there's a struggle to that, because if you are doing self care, you're going self love, there's some things that are going to be coming to the surface that you not necessarily want to deal with. And I give you an example of dealing with pain that you have suppressed for a long time, that pain that you thought that it was erased from your memory, the pain that you thought that you got over. It's going to come back to the surface, because most of the time we tend to push things to the side rather than to address them, such as a pain of someone mistreating you from a previous relationship, or your family member is not treating you the way you feel like you should be treated, or a trauma that you went through with your family or friends, or that were isolated events. And all of that is going to come up when you are taking that time to yourself, that time for self-care, that time of self-love, because those are the things that are holding you back from reaching that level that you really want to reach. And I talked about last week that no matter what level you're trying to reach, either it's a profession, either it's a status in your relationship, whether it's a wholeness within yourself, we have to go through a type of struggle, because there's either two things that you've dealt with in your life. Either you were taught how to love yourself and you forgot, or the disciplines and the habits that you had fell to the wayside, or you're the type of person that never even knew what it meant to love yourself, and you're now trying to learn that, and it's becoming a struggle. It's becoming difficult. So either if you're in either side of the spectrum, this is going to be something that is going to be difficult, because of the fact that we're starting from square one. And when you start anywhere from square one, you're going to have a lot of difficulties reaching to the point that you really want to be. We all have our ideas of where we want to be in life, but it takes much longer than our expectations to get there. And that applies specifically for self-love. And the reason why I'm talking about all these struggles is that you're going to go through it. You're going to go through it. You're going to go through a tough time. You're going to go through the pains. You're going to go through the cycles. You're going to go through those thoughts, those processes as you're going through this journey of reaching self-love. And a lot of people don't tend to talk about that because they want to talk about it from the top. You're talking about it from the mountain high, where you're over here at the bottom in the ground level. It took a lot of effort, a lot of energy, a lot of passion, a lot of sorrow, a lot of tears to get to the top. But a lot of people that are talking about self-love nowadays are talking about it as if you're already there. But most of us, and even me, we're not there. Some of us are on a different level. Some of us are on the ground level, as I said. Some of us are are slowly climbing and taking their own pace to get to the top. Some of us are almost at the top, but they just need a little bit of extra energy to push them to that level. And we are taking a lot of energy in our days as it is, just to stay stable, just to go through our days, just to get through our jobs, just to get through the relationships that we currently have, just to have some type of sanity to get through the next day, just to have the expectations that maybe tomorrow will be better, and the next week will be better. That energy is being used up. So how does someone expect you to get some extra energy to talk about self-love and self-care? Those are things that are important, but we're going to put that to the side. Just like, for example, many of us, we say that we want to be healthy. We say that we want to be our best selves so we can get ready for the summer. But then once we get into the action of it, of actually going to the gym and eating healthy, that's difficult, because that is not our norm. That is not the habits that we've been accustomed to for those periods of time where we weren't being healthy. And we think that it's going to be an automatic switch. Like, our structures in our life is going to be automatic. We're going to be like, oh, tomorrow After watching this video, I'm going to go focus more on self-love. I'm going to tackle all the pain that I've been through before. I'm going to tackle all the hurt that I've been through before. I'm going to talk about all the relationships that didn't work in my life. I'm going to work on how I can better love myself tomorrow. That's a lot of energy. That's a lot of work. And because you think that it's just going to happen within a day, within a week, within a month, and it doesn't, we get disappointed and we give up. It's as simple as that. Because of the fact that it is not meeting our expectations that we have in our mind with the reality that we have to put in for that work. And the energy is nowhere to be found. We're putting so much energy on our day-to-day basis. How could we add something a little extra in there? I don't have the energy for it. I don't have that passion for it. Let me work on my job first that's paying my bills. Let me focus on my kids that need my attention right now. Let me focus on the relationship just so my significant other or my family members or whatever could get off my back. All of this is a lot, and it's a lot of stressors. So these are all struggles that we're dealing with within the path to love ourselves. But I'm here to say there is a solution to this. There is a possible way for you to go ahead and transform your life little by little. It's baby steps. And that is if you sit down with someone to map it out with you. Sit down with someone that's able to structure and give you that structure to put yourself in the right path to get yourself to love yourself the best way possible. It may take some time. This is not an easy process. You spent years not knowing how to love yourself. You spent years converting the habits that you thought you knew about loving yourself into something that's not working for you. So we have to take it little by little, and we have to create that structure. And if you're needing that structure, I say contact me, because to love yourself is a beautiful thing, but there's struggles along the way, and you need to work on it while you're struggling. Simple as that. Who am I? I'm the Collab Coach. I focus on relationships, but not only intimate relationships with your friends, families, neighbors, co-workers, and the most important relationship of all, with yourself. It's still February, the last week of February, but it's still February. I'm doing my special, which is one free coaching session if you refer one person to me. Simple as that. 50-minute coaching session. Message me for more details. And in the meantime, share this with anyone that you feel like is struggling to love themselves, struggling to get started to love themselves, and don't know what structure they need to have in place to make sure they continue to love themselves. Share this on Instagram, Collab Coaching. Follow me on Instagram, Collab Coaching. Follow me on Facebook, Collab Coaching. All my videos are on YouTube, Collab Coaching. And until next time, loving yourself is a beautiful thing, but it's going to be a struggle. That doesn't mean it's going to be difficult. Until next time, have a wonderful day. Thank you.